sing. Nowhere to hide, it's worldwide. We can agree to disagree, but it don't matter now. This is life. We can chill face to face and debate what is fact and what has been a lie. We can pull every card and go hard with the truth, yet be brutalized. When it's all said and done, what we have and what we won't bring back alive. All we really need to do is hang on and speak life. In every way, let the people see, let them see, and make sure you know you're right. Oh, when you speak, don't believe, no, this is your defeat. Don't incriminate your mind. Oh, be free. Let us join hand in hand as we stand and demand our equality. Let them know how you feel, 'cause you wanna walk across the street stress-free without that hang. When it's all said and done, what we have and what we won't bring back alive. All we really need to do is stand strong and speak life. It's your life. Come on. Will you fight? It's time. Yeah, 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 yeah. We live. Welcome to SpeakLyfe Talks. This is Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. What are we doing? We are getting over the hump. Shout out to everybody that's out there listening. Shout out to everybody that's getting ready to listen. Shout out to everybody that decided to share with their people and to tell their people that SpeakLyfe Talks is live. I hope y'all having a good night tonight. It is, what's today's day, girl? No, it's the 17th. Today is the 17th. Whew. Let me, before I go into tonight's subject, I really just want to, release some energy. Like right now, I got negative vibes on me. Okay. People really don't understand a lot of times how their negative energy rubs off on good people. Okay. Or other negative. I'm a good person. So, and I'm also an empath. So, when I get somebody's negative energy, sometimes it's harder than other days for me to just shake it off as if it never happened. Today is one of those days where I really, excuse my language, I really want to smack a bitch. And I really don't want to feel that way, but I feel that way. And I really thought it was going to be like, once I jumped on here and, did my spiel and, hey, what's up, everybody? This is the one, the only one, Jackie B. But what I really need y'all to understand when it comes to speaking life, when it comes to encouraging, when it comes to building up others, every day is not a great day. It's not always perfect. It's not always giddy. I'm not always excited. I'm not always happy. I'm real. This is real life. And the platform that has been created, SpeakLyfe, is literally for me as well as it is for everyone else is just to push through it. To push through it, to beat the odds, to not give up, to not just say fuck it all. Because other people's negative energy, if you give it enough power, will have that power to put you in a position to just give it up. And I'm not going to. I refuse to. It's not fair. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to anybody else that's watching, that's tuning in, that's listening, that's actually giving me feedback, that's encouraging me, So I just wanted to share that, and I'm kind of glad that I did, because me sharing that moment of real shit just put me back in the game to be happy as fuck again. How y'all doing tonight? Happy Wednesday. I am the one, the only one, Jackie B, with another night of SpeakLyfe Talks. And tonight we talking about malfunction. Malfunction. I got my co-host, she in the kitchen making us some dinner tonight. Miss Shanika LeVay. Say hey, LeVay.
Hey y'all.
I don't know if y'all hear that, but she in the background. She coming. No worries. Hey, before we get any further into it, look, if you haven't, please, I ask you to follow me on all my social media pages at Just Speak Life. It's that on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, as well as Facebook. My fan page, you can follow everywhere at Just JUST Speak Life. That's all, everything together. Speak Life, and life is spelled LYFE for Let Your Faith Evolve. Whew. We have almost completed another week of SpeakLyfe Talks. I'm so excited for this platform. I'm so excited to have my homegirl, my co-host. Like, let me stop. I just kind of threw her up in here. We have such great conversations. It's like, I want to share with the world. The world. With the world. With the... And yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna actually oh no, that's okay. I'm gonna meet you halfway. We can. I can. That's the good thing about having this platform, because I can move any and everywhere
and still do it.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, we just talked a little bit about negative energy. Do what you can to protect you. Okay.
At all costs.
At all costs, you matter. You're important. When you work hard for your peace, do whatever the freak you can. Do whatever fuck you can to keep it in place, keep it in check. Because it's some vampires out here, y'all. It is some energy vampires out here. They are mad that you're happy. They are mad that you're being successful. They are mad that you're actually doing what you said you was going to do. How about that?
Because they can't do it.
They can't do it. And then sometimes it's not even because they can't do it. They won't do it. That's not my fault.
Sure ain't.
And I don't mean to sound like I'm preaching, but I mean, damn. Okay? If you haven't, before this show is over, I invite you to log on to the Spreaker app. You can actually download the Spreaker app and create a profile or log in through your Facebook or click the link and sign in, because I want you in the chat room. We got a conversation that we want to talk about, and I need men and women's opinion. The question for tonight is, ladies, what do you expect these men? What are your expectations from these men or of these men? And how do you effectively communicate it? Men, do you agree? And I wanted to leave it up as open as possible, because, a lot of times we have these battle of the sexes type ordeals that causes rifts, miscommunication, an actual battle People actually lash out with their words, but I really want this to be an open and healthy conversation, because we won't get nowhere by arguing, yelling, demanding. That really doesn't do anything for anybody. It's just time to get some answers. I can't say that this one podcast or this one episode will actually give you what you're desiring, what you want all in one night, but it will be a good start. I like to see where other people's minds are. Okay? So, let me see. I'm gonna give you a few minutes. We're gonna play some little mellow moves, and then we're gonna get right into it, because we only got an hour, baby. Good vibes, y'all. Good vibes only. We want to have good vibes only. So let's vibe. Good vibes only, yeah. But nonetheless, we here. But we here. We gonna keep it going. Good vibes only, yeah. Woo. Funny.
That was my add-on.
I know, right? Woo. What she said.
Right.
All right. So, the question is, Jackie, how did you come up with this conversation, this topic at hand? Okay, so today I was, kind of scrolling through Facebook for a little bit. I came across a conversation that was had in one of the groups that I'm in, and I won't say the lady's name. However, it basically went like this. So I'm seeing this guy. Disclaimer, she never confirmed that they were together, if they were in a serious relationship or anything of that nature. But she said, I'm seeing this guy. I've been seeing this guy for quite some time. And from time to time, when he is on hard times, she does what she can to help him out. She said, however, when there's moments where she can't, he gets extremely mad. He blows her off and won't talk to her for a couple weeks at a time. Right. So then she asked the audience or the group members, have you guys experienced this? When I saw that, my crazy ass commented, again, disclaimer, this is a quote unquote Christian group. I don't like to label myself that much as a Christian, there's just certain views and opinions that anyway, that's another conversation for another day.
Time, right.
So my commentary to her was, this nigga, ... excuse me, ... this broken Christian, right, is using you. I said, if you don't dismiss him and put him back in the Father's hands, so that he may abruptly close them on his fool ass.
Right.
Because how dare you? And then there was a couple other people that, agreed with what I said and the whole nine. And then there was one woman at the very bottom that said, you don't need to be doing that for no man, blah, 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 blah. What did I say earlier? He needs to take care of himself or something of that nature. She said a man is supposed to provide for himself.
Right.
And I got real curious as to seeing that, and I was just like, well, how do we as women? Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. How do we as women, or at what point do we feel like it's okay to assist a man? Should we assist a man? What are we expecting if we choose to assist a man? And those are some of the questions I have. So if you are in the chat room, I invite you again to sign in. You would have to sign in using either your email or your Facebook information, sign-in information. That way you'll be able to comment. If anyone is asking, I actually did get a text message asking me how. That is how you would actually be able to comment on the live. So, if you want to go ahead, co-host, and, tell me how you feel about that whole subject. And
well, my first response was, get out my house. Secondly, my first...
I will when I'm done.
No, don't leave me.
No, right.
No, I've been trying to make excuses for her not to leave. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
I've been kidnapped.
I asked my first question was, what is the nature of the relationship? Because it's like, is this someone? Because one, if we're speaking to this situation, and she didn't say if this is the guy that I'm dating or this is my husband, we got a problem. First and foremost, okay. Secondly, like the red flag for me is he cuts you off when you don't help him.
Exactly.
Okay, so if that is the nature of the relationship, that means that the only way you are good to him or what he's receiving is your help, which is financially, and everything else is he's pacifying you in between that time. But if the nature of the relationship is, because we all have the right to make our own boundaries of what our relationship should be based upon and what it is. I personally feel like a relationship should be reciprocal. So if I am giving, and you're taking, and I'm not receiving anything from you, and I'm giving constantly my time, my energy, my money, my spirit, my advice, all of those things, but I'm not getting anything in return, there's a problem. So what is the nature of the relationship? Now, if this is my husband, of course it's my husband, I got his back. If this is someone that I've been dating for a very long time, we're committed, and that's what it is. Because I've been in situations where I've gave my last $400 to my man because he had to go buy a firearm for his job, but he was paying my bills. So that was super reciprocal. Okay, I knew that I was going to receive it back tenfold because my bills were paid for, food was taken care of. I didn't have to worry about anything. So, okay. But if I'm in a situation where I'm giving you my last and there's nothing that I'm getting back from it, I'm just giving my money, especially because I don't believe personally in giving men money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no-no for me. I'm not that kind of bitch. Okay. And I ain't going to say, not excuse my language, because I curse. So, sorry, y'all, if y'all feel offended.
No. Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that. Sometimes, again, though this platform is created to encourage, build, support, appreciate me being the kind of queen I am.
Right.
I like to say a healthy fuck you every now and again.
Hello.
It's just in my vocabulary,
important.
my exquisite vocabulary.
Say it again.
And some of the vocabulary words that I get is too tumultuous to say or to place in the,
You need a good little curse word to fuck you. Okay.
Bitch, hold on.
Wait a minute. You got me messed up.
No. You got me
fucked up. Okay,
yeah, so,
right.
Sometimes it just requires a really good cuss word.
Agreed. So
if you have children, listen to this one tonight. Please put them to bed early. They should be in bed anyway because it is school, isn't it? Or is it spring vacation?
Girl, I don't know. I ain't got kids
either. So, oops.
I have no idea what that is.
We got, before we go any further, we have Miss Janita Stay Encouraged on the line. Hey, Queen, crown on. How you doing, beautiful? Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you've heard anything we've said thus far, we would love to hear your input.
And your feedback.
Yes, the topic of tonight is, what are your expectations of men? And how do you effectively communicate that to them?
So to answer that, okay, because we're on two different subjects. So one, because there's two separate questions, which was what do you...
How do you expect... What are your expectations?
And how do you communicate that? But then also... Effectively. But then also, how far is too far, or is it okay to help a man? Right. So those are two separate questions. So I'm addressing the second one, which is how far and it is okay to help a man. Right? It depends on what you're helping a man with, because at the end of the day, a man is a man, and you cannot raise a man.
Amen.
So if he's not in a space or a place, right, to be able to put himself back together, or if he came to you broken, honey, we need to unpack that.
Ooh, Jesus.
He came to you broken for a reason, but I'm not Dr. Fix-a-Hub. I don't fix people. That's not what I do. Mm-hmm. We learned our lesson from that. Mm-hmm. We've all done it. And most likely it didn't turn out in your favor. They left whole and they left fixed, and you left empty. They left empty, and they left you broken or empty.
Exactly.
They took out your tank bag. And so my thing is, what if that is what's happening? No, I have learned in my adulthood when dealing with men that I realized, like, if I love you, I love you enough to let you go. Mm-hmm. And if you love me, you'll come back to me when you're ready.
Right.
When you are put back together and you're able to serve me properly.
Mm-hmm.
And holding on to something or someone can't give you what you want is going to cause a malfunction. And eventually your pussy ain't going to work. It ain't going to be wet. Sorry.
That's true, too. I guess for me, while I agree in so many cases, I do agree with not just up and just giving... Jennifer Evans said, nah, I don't agree. Okay. There are certain instances, Mm-hmm. I'll give you one of mine in particular. Now, I met this guy 2019, I would say. Mm-hmm. I was working at the second hotel. Mm-hmm. And we hit it off cool. We never had a sexual, none of that. You know what I'm saying? We really, really just vibe. Mm-hmm. And around the time he came into town, he's from Chicago, Illinois. He's actually now one of my coolest bros that I got, that I've added to my collection of cool bros. But in his situation, he was out here and he had money, but his credit cards, for some reason, he could not access his credit cards at all. Mm-hmm. At all. So I really didn't understand. Girl, do all that shit. You good. So I was like, he really couldn't understand. And it was around that time, it was like the A3C, which is like Atlanta's largest, what's the name? Right. So he telling me, and again, at that time, I really didn't know him from a can of paint. Mm-hmm. But sometimes people, vibes, no vibes. Right. Energy, no energy. Right. And sometimes it can connect so damn well, it's almost scary. Mm-hmm. And I ended up giving him a couple until, you know, he was able to do what he needed to do.
Right.
And for that entire time, his whole stay, like, anything I needed, he had me. Whatever you want. I can't get it to you now, but, you know, I can make some calls, whatever the case may be.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, no, I'm good. You know, just do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, when you get back home, which was the plan, when you get back home, he'll send it back.
Right.
Not only did he get home and send it back, but he sent me extra.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, it's crazy because those type of men exist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, if I ever needed it, he got my back.
Right.
And vice versa.
Right. Now that's reciprocal.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
When it's reciprocal and I'm able to help and assist, right? Mm-hmm. And you're not leeching or being a vampire.
Right.
And it's reciprocal, yes. We don't give to get anything back. The expectation is that if I am giving, that is reciprocal.
Right.
Right? But when it becomes a problem, or for me, it becomes problematic when it's not reciprocal.
I agree with that. I think, too, if before you give a man anything, yeah, that's Jennifer. Jennifer, give us your opinion. Tell me what you feel, what you believe.
Why don't you agree? What don't you agree with?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and type in there. Okay, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, read
all right.
now.
Jennifer said, there is nothing wrong with building a man up. Every man is not out to drain you or out to get you. I held a man down for a year. He only had the clothes on his back. Today, I want for nothing. He pays all the bills and supports me to the fullest. There were a few bumps in the road, but I pushed him, showed him a different way of life, and he promised me he would do whatever. All right. I feel like there's going to be some more to that because it won't let me see the whole thing if there is. But that's what's up.
Now that's the case of the one in a, you know, that's,
1 in a million.
Right. That's that.
1 in a
and
million.
I'm hella type looking ass because reality is in some situations, the majority of situations, is not what happens. And I'm glad that your situation worked out. That's awesome. You know, and you know, I'm not sure what kind of woman you are. So, you know, kudos, hats off. But me, on the other hand, I am not. No, I do not. I will not. I have not. There's situations that I've put myself in. However, no, ma'am.
He said he will do it whatever it takes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so the reality is when someone is saying,
she said, I got the rings, the benefit, I'm a boss.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I love all that.
Exactly. Now, Jennifer, that's one of my other homegirls, too. Like, one thing I can say is, for every woman that I'm involved, that I'm surrounded by, in so many ways, y'all added to the grooming of who I am as a woman.
Dope.
A lot of the desires and the expectations I now have been added because of y'all. And none of you motherfuckers play.
And neither do you.
I don't.
So.
You know, I don't. I want what I want.
And I'm gonna get what I want.
Exactly. And yeah. That's a definite. And what I was going to say in regards to the situation of how we started it, when I feel like if a man shows you at the very beginning before you even start assisting in any way, if he shows you he's on bullshit, he's on fuck shit, he's wasting your time or he's going to waste your time, like, how big of a red flag do you need before you realize it's going to blow up in your face?
And so, okay, so that in itself is your ability to have self-love. That's the ability, because everyone's perception is coming from their experience, right? So what is the totality of your experience to have you in that type of situation, whether it's a negative one or a positive one? And then when you're putting yourself in that situation that you're saying, when you're getting the red flags, or you may not be getting the red flags. You know, he may be, you know, showing
everything he's supposed to do.
Right, and that's the difference. But being able to understand and know, one, what you want, what you require, and your boundaries, and understanding that you love yourself first and foremost, right? And so a lot of us don't even really necessarily have that. but then not we gonna talk about the tool bag and all this other stuff. So you know that's piggyback on the first question.
Exactly.
So what was she
So
saying?
Jennifer said, I had to kiss 1,000 energy drainers to get to him, though. Don't get it twisted. I did take a chance.
Yeah.
She said, you should dip. Oh, shit.
What happened?
No, we got to go back. That's
Okay.
all. She said, but she said, stupid. But everyone don't love themselves, and that is the honest to God truth. So, like, today's world, there is, it seemed like there's more self-hate than I've ever actually experienced or seen.
Because all of it is surface level now.
Oh, that's scary.
And microwavable.
That's
it's
scary.
Quick fix. Everything's a quick fix. Everything is, you know what I mean? You know, I have to look like this on the outside, or I have to front. You know, okay, this is a perfect example of like what you're saying. It's kind of like you ever been out and you're around people or whatever, and everyone's like, it's okay, it's kind of jumping, but then you see somebody on their phone, and then all of a sudden when they're recording themselves, they're having the best time of their life, but then they get off the phone, they're completely just empty. Stoic and empty. It's like that is like the equivalent to what we're dealing with, pretty much. I need to make it look nice and dressed up.
Yep, and just to piggyback off that, Jennifer said, that's cliche women. Be on Facebook, looking for validation. Men too, though. And like claiming they love themselves, but be out here fucking everything moving. Yep. She said, because of low self-esteem, shit, I used to be one of them. It sounds good.
We've all had battles of that, and thank you so much for your honesty.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, please, by all means, Jennifer, share with your people. Let them know what's going on. She said, I just said that. Yeah. You know, the comments are coming in a little slower than we're talking. So once we finish, then we see it, or it'll just pop up after we've already said it. So nonetheless, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you. Keep chiming in. Keep letting us know how you feel. Like this.
So the first question was, do you understand or know what you want from a man, and how do you adequately communicate that? Exactly. I feel like a lot of times what happens is either due to grooming, right, or being in poor relationships, or not dealing with a lot of the trauma from our past because of the ships of our parents, because the ship is a ship no matter what, you know what I mean, our parents, our family members. I'm a therapist as well, guys, sorry. So I'm a mental health therapist. This is what I do all the time. So I literally just having a moment with one of my clients where she went home, and basically in the midst of her being home, she got triggered and, basically started to feel insecure and things like that because, sometimes we have to stay away from some of our family members because of the trauma that they caused in our life. And, it's best if you are growing and you're elevating and no one else is, you can't match someone's lower vibration or energy, which you said to me yesterday.
I was reminded literally today. Like,
right.
Ain't it crazy how it just comes back to you? It comes
right back. And so in that moment, realizing your triggers, understanding what triggers you, understanding sometimes the people who helped raise us or who had hands in us, they had the best intentions, but they didn't have all of the tools. And that is the foundation of our life. That's how we love. That's how we learn to love. That's how we learn to love ourselves. That's how we learn to communicate, or lack thereof. Exactly. You know what I mean? And most of us sometimes we're ill-equipped with our tool bag. And so now we're left as adults, quote unquote, because there's a lot of adults walking around with childlike emotions and communication, and then just outwardly looking as adult, right? Where we don't properly have the tools, and we walking around with a half of a tool bag, and we don't got a wrench, or a wrench is broken, or a screwdriver is stripped.
Exactly.
We can't use it, but it's in there.
Our power drill is the battery is dead, so the whole nine.
We missing bits.
Exactly.
So it's and you're picking up the pieces, right? So if you haven't dealt with that inadequacy or those insecurities or those traumas in your past before you decide to get into a relationship, you're going to constantly live out the past that that was a part of your past.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We can cover it up as much with makeup and drinking and smoking and talking to other people or talking about other people or fucking and sucking. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the core of the person, like, it shows in your ships.
So Jennifer said, you tell them from the front, from the door. Ask the hard questions and definitely investigate where they come from. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of folks live a lie. Mm-hmm. You be so wrapped the fuck up in the pretty bow and package a man is in that you get blindsided when they lie to you. Mm-hmm. And she said, I've done that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you again for being honest. And you're right.
Shit, we done all done that.
And that's called the representative.
Exactly.
That's what that is. That's called the representative.
I wish some of you representatives I've dealt with was on here too.
Right. So you know.
Because I swear I wouldn't call your names. But I swear I will.
I'll say my names. Ezra. Okay. Eric.
Right. I guess if you just release it out in the air, but we got to do it outside of these walls because you don't want it to bounce back.
But the Bo be pretty girl, the Bo be pretty. And see, here's the thing, right? I personally feel this: if you are not in a space where you are even aligned, right, and accountable and mindful, you will get caught up in the pretty bow.
Yeah.
You'll get caught up in the representative.
And the details, the colors of just the bow. Literally.
And you're losing yourself because what is it that my reality is this. I am not looking for someone to make me happy.
Didn't we say that?
I'm looking for someone to add to my happiness.
I'm sorry, she said that dick be pretty.
Oh, it be pretty, girl. Look, listen. I'm walking away from my pretty one right now.
I know
it's hard. I'm breaking up with it, and it's so hard. It's like my heart is broke right now. Okay, my pussy is like, please don't do this to us. We love him.
Feeling like sister, give it up.
Right.
It's so hard to do. If you look into your heart with a positive mind, just look at it.
I love him, but I love him.
He just hit me because he loved me.
Right.
Exactly. No. You know what? I was thinking about that whole saying.
She cracking up.
Right.
But dead ass.
I was thinking about that whole saying. He just hit me because he loved me.
Type shit.
We didn't start hearing that until, as our generation was getting older. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember my mama and them back in the days ever saying some shit like that. He just hit me because he loved me.
Oh, I thought you was talking about your pussy. I didn't realize you.
I'm talking about all of that shit. But I'm thinking about, and I know it's a little bit of a side note, but I just was thinking about it. But I was thinking about when we were kids and shit, right? And just to go off of what you said, not having enough tools in your bag to effectively communicate how you feel.
Right.
When we were kids on the playground, and a boy liked a girl liked the boy,
they hit you.
Exactly, they hit you and they run because they didn't know how to say I like you. And so this whole era has been growing up of.
That's what you tell little girls. He like you. He hits you because he's treating you mean because he likes you.
Right. And that's so fucking wrong.
So wrong. I mean, yeah, no. But, some of those things we carry into our adulthood.
Jennifer said, hey, man, listen, I went through that. Jennifer, I went through it too. I ain't going to say all 10 years, 9 years worth. No, I'm going to put the 10 years in there because we wasn't even together a full year before I started dealing with abuse in that situation. I actually married my abuser, and yeah, he's gone, he's done. It is what it is. Okay, so now I can thoroughly talk about it, but that'll be another whole topic for a whole nother episode that I am so ready for now in my life. But yeah, just having the right tools in the bag.
Right.
That is.
So how do you communicate your wants? I mean, I already know, but people don't know you like that. She don't play no games. How do you? She said, "Fuck out of here."
I did a 5-year bid. You hear me? Oh, nose broke, all that. I'm so. look, how about my ex? He tried to break my nose. And his exact words were, I did that. He busted my nose. And he said, I did it because you broke my finger. Do you get this? He said, you broke my finger. And how I broke his finger because of, there was a certain comment that he said while we were arguing that was so blatantly disrespectful. Like, my mind was, I married young. I was young and dumb, and I thought I had a definite understanding of what love was at that time. And I was just going through some motherfucking emotions. I mean, the roller coaster was going up, down, all the way around, back, and then forth. No, without stopping. And I had to jump off that bitch. So, and I'm thankful I did and landed on my feet. I kind of skinned a knee or two on the way down, but I landed. I landed, and thus SpeakLyfe Talks is here because it's a form of release. We all got a lot of shit that we just got to get off of our system. We got to heal. We got to heal, and what better way to heal than to talk about it, right? Jennifer said, after she said she did the 5-year bid, she said, hiding my face, having to quit jobs. Because I'm pretty, he wanted to fuck my face up. So no one would look at me. Nigga didn't even really like me. I was an arm piece. Damn. And you know what? It wasn't even you. It wasn't even you that he was mad at. He was insecure with himself. Mm-hmm. And that's usually what it always boils down to. These men be more insecure with themselves than the women that are attached to them. Mm-hmm. So in order to feel adequate or above, they will try to break you down. Yeah. To make you feel less than, to make them feel high and above, or to become your superior.
Yep. Your controller. You depend on them. But there's all types of forms of abuse. Emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. And to be able, there's been so many times that I had to explain to grown ass women that they were abused. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he didn't hit me, so no.
It can be verbal, baby. Yeah. It's mental. Mm-hmm. Manipulation is it's a beast with the person who has the willpower to use the right words, mm-hmm. and who can pay attention to you or get enough information on you long enough to know how to use you against you.
Yep. Bingo. It's a thing. And before you know it, you're engulfed in it. And you have no idea what the fuck happened. How did this happen? How did I end up here?
You saw the email I sent to myself, right?
How did I end up here?
And I'm too deep into it. How do I get out?
And I
don't think I can.
But I don't love me enough. And you don't want to admit that to yourself, because the reality is, a part of this, right now, even talking, being able to be bare and transparent with yourself, and sometimes pulling back those layers is really painful, because it's now I gotta admit to myself that I really allowed myself to sit in this bullshit.
Exactly.
And I know that I'm better than this, but I allowed this man to talk crazy to me and call me a bitch and call me a hoe. You know what I mean?
And you really start believing it too.
You sure do. I'm not enough. He's right.
He's the best that I can do. Don't nobody want me. Look at me. I done gained so much weight. Yep. I'm not as pretty as I thought I was. Yep. I'm not doing all the things that I used to do to beautify myself. Yep. Even if it's just waking up.
Or maybe if I do this, he'll love me more.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe if I just be quiet and don't say anything, he won't.
Or maybe if I add somebody else.
Oh, bitch. Whew.
And I ain't gonna talk about nothing that I have not experienced.
Yep. Maybe if I wear this, then he won't have anything to say.
If I just continue walking further behind him, so that he understands that he's the leader, he's the head.
Yep.
Then
I'm gonna cook his favorite meal every night.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to come home and do anything.
Exactly.
And it's still not enough.
I smell perfume on him, but
I ain't gonna say nothing.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna buy the perfume that I smell on him.
To put on myself.
Maybe he'll like it on me better.
What was she saying?
She said, because they don't want to believe it can happen to them. It's embarrassing. She said, I wish a motherfucker would today get the strap.
Period.
And she said, oh, I'm not sharing no dick, Moan. Wrong, my nigga.
Yeah.
Moan wrong, my nigga.
Right.
That's what she said. Moan wrong. Just one good time. Just one time.
Try a new move on me, bitch. We got a problem. Oh, you're giving your dick away. I'm convinced.
Put me in a 90-degree angle when you know I'm only 45-degree angle, nigga. You dead. You dying.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
That's new.
Look, I ain't did enough stretches for that. Okay, yeah.
All of that. Yeah, so reality. Okay. Let's get back to the question.
Right.
So ultimately, what it is it sounds like we've all been through some shit. And the shit when it rained the motherfucker pour. But the reality is we weren't doing a good job at communicating our wants and our needs effectively.
Yeah, because we kept putting it on the back burner.
And we allowed. And at the time, obviously, because I feel like your want and needs grow as you grow.
Definitely. I'm a toast to that.
Cheers. And so in the midst of that, as a grown ass woman for real now, because I thought I was grown at 20 something. That was a fucking lie. You could have told me that, girl. I thought I was grown than a bitch. You couldn't tell my ass nothing. No, I was not grown at 20. Stop at 22, 23, 24. No, I just got grown.
And some of us still ain't grown in their 30s. I'm just being honest.
Right.
We all learn at different levels. So now that we've gotten all of, well, not even all, but a gist of the affected areas.
Affected areas.
Yeah, because that's exactly what they are. Affected areas. It's not saying that we weren't worth it then or we didn't deserve anything less than. It's just that we didn't know how to effectively communicate in those problem areas when the problem occurred. So now we're here.
So now, answer the question. How do you effectively communicate your wants and needs?
I'm very direct.
No shit.
I'm direct. I tell you, she said, woo child. So
come on, y'all. Come on, comment.
One of the things.
Come on, get up in here.
Right, thank you. So share with your people. Let them know what we're talking about. Tell them to get their asses in here and let us know how they effectively communicate their expectations, wants, and needs to men. And men, I'm asking you to chime in too. Do you agree?
And have you been in a situation where someone effectively communicated their wants or needs, or do you feel like you're constantly having to guess?
Exactly.
Because that's a whole other perspective.
Oh,
but go ahead.
What do they say? Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, I'm very direct. I've learned and I'm constantly learning to not close off my wants, my desires. I start with myself first because in order for me to receive those things, I have to make sure that I can give it to myself. And if I can't give it to myself, I'm not going to set a standard for you.
And that is where some of the issues lie.
Right.
We asking for a six-figure man.
Exactly.
And $7.25 an hour.
Right. If you don't get your whole minimum wage life ass out of my face.
Come on now.
But that's exactly what it is. So, I mean, I realized within myself that, I got some work to do. I got some work to do. And I'm finally at a point in my life, even in the process of the work that I'm doing on myself, I'm okay with where I am. So I'm definitely good with telling you yes or no.
Period.
And if you keep playing in my motherfucking face, I'm gonna play in your face.
We gonna have fun.
Yeah, we gonna have a whole lot of fun.
Bet I win.
Every time. Every time.
Bet I win. And I better make you fall in love.
So Jennifer said, I'm an alpha female. Shout out to all the alpha females in the building. Woo woo. I learned that I was an alpha female coming into 2018. Can you believe that?
What?
Because again, once you really start understanding yourself, really accepting your worth, not just knowing it, but actually accepting it, And that's what I was doing. I started accepting my worth. And I started understanding that I am versus I could be, it would be nice to be, or I want to be.
We ain't got time.
Exactly.
No, ma'am.
I am. My ams are entirely different from the other alpha females that I'm around. And I'm perfectly okay with that. Because you have a fucking light. Your light shines bright.
Thanks, babe.
I admire your light. I love your light. Jennifer light shines bright as a bitch. Every alpha female that I'm around, light shines bright. But knowing how to allow your alpha female light shine bright in the midst of other alpha female lights, and still be able to hold your own without dimming yours or theirs, that's the part.
That's awareness, and that's mindfulness. Yep, that's literally what you
And that's
said.
where I'm there. I'm there now. I'm good. I'm happy. So she said, I'm an alpha female. And I'm saying what I feel because a closed mouth don't get fed. Hallelujah.
All right.
If you don't have requests and requirements, how do you expect the man to know what type of things you will or will not tolerate?
Yep.
You better speak life.
Yep.
You better speak life. Because that's exactamundo. I want what I want. And if you can't give it to me, it's okay. But you won't be a part of what I want.
and that's okay. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to be okay with that.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And even understanding what makes you happy, because a lot of us know what we don't want.
She said, "Nah, it's okay."
Right. Period.
But you're absolutely right. Yep.
But how much of it do you know and understand what you want? Like a lot of us can complain, but then Jackie challenges me all the time. She'll listen to me complain. But this is not nobody you going to call and complain to and going to tell the same goddamn story to. That's not going to work. So you going to call her and you going to complain. At the end, you complain and she going to let you get out. And she going to say, so what are you going to do about it?
And that's okay because I do those things because these same people do that to me too.
That's good.
And trust me, sometimes I want to just sit and I just want to complain. I want to be a kid.
Right.
I don't want to grow up. I don't want responsibilities. I don't want to pay bills.
Ew.
This is nasty.
Right.
Who said this would be No.
No,
but we can't. We can't. So it's tough dealing with people who are okay with that victim mindset of staying stagnant. They're too afraid of moving further and that in bettering their lives, and I can't do that. I can't not want better.
Right.
I can't not want to succeed.
Right. And so in that like saying and piggybacking off of that is kind of pretty much like how successful do you want your ship to be? I'm talking about relationships. I refer to ships or relationships as a ship because a ship moves. Mm-hmm. The point of a ship is get you to A and B and to move. A ship is sometimes it's that dock and sometimes it's that bay, which is okay because that happens in life. Mm-hmm. But eventually it picks up that thing and keep moving. Mm-hmm. So that's the point of a ship. If your ship ain't moving, baby, we got a problem. Whew. So, but what are your requirements? Once again, closed mouths don't get fed. You right, Jen? And if you are complaining, but you don't have an end result or a solution. I'm a solution
or
focused.
The right tools in your bag,
right? To be able to say that's what you want. Mm-hmm. And like I use solution focused therapy in most of my sessions with my clients, and I'm a solution focused person because at the end of the day, we can talk about your depression, we can talk about how sad you are, we can talk about your poor relationship, but if we're not moving forward and like trying to get to the root and the issue and trying to really move through it, right? Not around it, not up it. We gotta move through it. We are having an issue, and so like so to answer the question for myself, I believe so. I am direct as well in ways. And my tolerance is very low. Mm-hmm. So if I see a red flag and it's something that I don't like, I'm cutting you fuck off. And I ain't talking to you. Mm-hmm. And that's that. Like, and it's regardless of like, because if someone did something that's a red flag, like that is a part of your behavior pattern. Mm-hmm. And that is who you are. When a person show you who they are, that's who they are.
Yep.
And so for me, like, yes, a closed mouth don't get fed. And if I told you this is what I require that what makes my love language are acts of kindness. My love language are small gifts. My love language, is quality time is at the end. But as long as our time is quality and it's intimacy, that is how I know you care about me. So if you buy me flowers, or if you come in my house and you see that my house is dirty, and you start picking stuff up and hanging things up, that's an act of kindness. If you know that I like socks, and you come in the house and I have 10 pairs of socks, that is a small thing, but that tells me you paying attention. If you know that, you saw that I ran out of toilet paper, or I ran out of certain things, or you know that I love this favorite snack and you go buy it for me. No, that's not like going to make me fall head over heels for you. However, that is a part of that's what makes me feel loved. I love flowers. So I treat myself accordingly. I take care of myself and my standards. So if you can't take care of me and my standards and add to me and be a ship, we got a problem.
Exactly.
My nails is expensive. I'm an expensive bitch. I have expensive taste.
If y'all would see these nails that I'm looking at, and every time I come and see, she ain't lying worth a damn.
No, ma'am. And that's my thing. And you know what I mean? And if a man asks me how, that I already, you can't fuck with me if you ask me how much my nails is. Not unless you do need some money for your nails, okay? So these are small things, but there's certain things that tells me if a person or a man is observant. You know what I mean? There's certain things that there's situations in relationships that I've been in that I didn't have to ask. Or if I do, or I hint, it's coming my way. Oh, I really want to go get some drinks, but I don't have any money. This just happened to me. I got $100. Go have some drinks on me.
Right.
Literally.
I was there.
Right. Or that it's been 3 months since, you probably have gotten me something and I get flowers at my door. Or you just randomly send me something. Or, you know what I mean? And those things are monetary, but I just mentioned some other things too. But I like money. So so that's how I work. If you know what I mean, I think I'm a walking, talking billboard for myself. You see me, and I think it's very clear what some expectations are. But however, I'm going to tell you and let you know what
especially
I
if you're going to come up and actually further engage.
Right.
Like, this isn't a facade, my nigga.
I pay to upkeep this.
Exactly. It costs to self-manage, and you're wanting to play your role. So yeah.
What's up? That's how I work. So, I would just say, ladies, if even writing a list, I am that person because I believe in manifestation. And I write things down, like literally as we're talking, like I'm literally staring at my list of what I want to be in my relationship with my husband, because right now I'm manifesting that my husband is on his way. And what I want my husband to have and qualities I want my husband to have, and then what I want our relationship to have. And they're on my table, and I've been working on this list forever. Probably for the past couple of months. And I've already had a list that was written 2 years ago, 1 year, and this is what I do. And that's like, I'm going through my stuff because I just moved, and I'm ripping stuff out and reorganizing. I'm like, yo, I was already doing this. Yo, this happened. Oh, wow, look at that. That's crazy. I wrote this, you know what I mean? Yep. So I am very meticulous in what I require and what I need. And I'm a thinker. So that is how it works for me. So, it's not like a list thing, but, I know what I require. And that's important. You know what I mean? So my suggestion is maybe write a list. Or, you can take the love language quiz. You can literally Google love languages and take that to see what you like. You know what I mean? You can, everything you don't like, what's the positive to the things that you would like, what will make you happy. You know what I mean? It could be 4 things that make you happy. You can start small. So, that's my suggestion if you haven't gotten there already.
That's what's up. This has been a really, really, really good conversation starting out. I would have loved to have men in this one. Didn't happen tonight. That's okay. This is going to be an ongoing conversation, maybe different topics, whatever the case may be. But I definitely want to take the time out to shout out Jen. Yeah, Jennifer, she came through, didn't she?
Came through, baby.
She came through. She sent that text. She was like, how do I comment? What the fuck?
Right. Like, thank you for, because the comment, like, you know, because you know, there were some things, and it was like, oh, you gave me a little hope, like, you know, like, okay, it worked out for her. Maybe that opened my lens a bit. So, and then just to be able to go back and forth and to have your opinion go, that really mattered to me. I appreciate you so much.
I want to shout out to
Boss Beach.
Right, Boss Beachies. Shout out to Janita, Stay Encouraged Queen. Thank you so much as well for being in the chat room tonight. I want to thank you to all the listeners that actually played a part, whether you commented or not. Thank you so much. This is what we're here for. This is what we're here to do. So I want to say, in all the conversation that we had, what I gathered from this.
Very good. That's good. Go ahead. I like that. I like the summary. Okay, girl.
I'm a little smart.
I see you, girl. Go ahead.
I think what I gathered from this and what it all boils down to is women know and understand you first.
Right.
Once you are able to know and understand you, you're able to understand your expectations for yourself. That way you can then effectively communicate what it is that you expect from a man that chooses or is interested into being in your life.
And then being able to be enough of a boss ass bitch or a queen, if that's what you refer to yourself. I'm both, by the way.
Exactly. Queen boss.
Right, queen boss bitch, right. Being able to be honest with yourself enough to challenge yourself about the lack that you have. Right?
Oh, you just touched those. Oh, Jesus. Because how often is it that women don't want to touch on the lack thereof in their life? I was one of them.
We all are.
I didn't want to look at them in the mirror and say,
no, that should
"Oh my
hurt.
God, I really just can't."
It hurts. It hurts. It's uncomfortable to grow.
And you know, it's still uncomfortable because when you said it, like a whole bunch of ish just started stirring up in my heart. Like, I don't want to hear it. Shut up. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Wow.
Like my communication, like, and so where I'm standing now, and I have been and actively am still working on not being that person, because I am emotional, but when it comes to like walking through those things and like, you know, it's kind of like, okay, all right, let's go, keep moving. So for me, I'm saying to myself, like, I'm working on my communication for my husband and for myself.
Ooh.
So
that's deep.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm working on my communication for myself and my husband. That's something that a lot of people don't even acknowledge.
It's important because it's important for me to have a working relationship. It's important for me to have an effective a relationship where we communicate, that's healthy, it's stable, and it's safe. In order for me to have that, I have to build and work on myself in the process. And communication is especially one of those things.
Girl, you about to have me get up and just start doing the Holy Ghost dance up in here right now, because that's so true. Man, like, I can't even close out the show right now because it's so deep. The conversation is so needed. Going back to us being kids and how we saw some of the women of our time and how they talked to the men, and like, I still see that from time to time to this day, how there are older women who've been married to men for years and years and years, and these men stay with these women, but they bash them with every aching word. And I'm just gonna assume that because of their time frame, that's what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So now it is, we're in a new realm, new world.
We ain't with that shit.
Not only that, but they see how the new world is moving, but they are so comfortable with that, and they've accepted it so much that they don't know how to move from it or expect anything of themselves. And I'm talking about the men, not the women.
Yeah, because you have one, it's uncomfortable to grow, right?
Woo.
And then, like, for men, it's not socially acceptable for them to talk about their feelings, but that's what we want. And you have to speak my language for us to work, and I have to speak your language for us to work. And so, most men, there are men who are able to communicate their feelings effectively. There are men who are able to put themselves in situations where they speak the language of their significant other or in general. Mm-hmm. But for the I would say some of the majority, it's some of it's surrounded by homophobia as well too. You know what I mean? And the man is not supposed to do this, and man, not, you know what I mean? But no, because they have the right to express how they feel too.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I agree.
Ooh. Tonight was a really, 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 really great show. I want to thank you, Miss LeVay, Shanika LeVay, on Instagram, Twitter.
Shanika LeVay, Instagram, Twitter. You could Google Shanika LeVay. Everything will pop up. Facebook, all of that as well. I'm a model, bitch.
Yep. That was cute. Like, that was perfect.
Also, I'm a therapist too. Like, don't let the, I'm clearly very much intelligent. So, don't let the ratchetness fool your ass, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, have 2 degrees. All right.
Okay. She got 2 more than me. So, but I'm still smart.
Purr. I only got degrees because I ain't want to get a job right away. We ain't gonna talk about that. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine.
Her degrees keep her warm at night.
My degrees keep me warm at night. That's what we not looking at. All right.
Oh my God.
Oh. You still work at Walmart? No. Sorry.
Oh, that's good. That's funny though. Listen, I
love you too.
I'm so glad. I'm glad that we did this.
Me too, and I'm glad you got rid of that energy.
Yes, I needed to.
Yeah.
Whew. But by all means, I am the one, the only one, Jackie B. I ask you, if you haven't, again, please follow me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and my Facebook at Just SpeakLyfe, LYFE. Let your faith evolve, okay? Because this is what it is. At the end of the day, you're elevating. I want to give you a reason to elevate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for chiming in. Make sure you share with your people. Let them know that I am on air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know shit about mountain time, so I can't tell you. So
I don't know any of those times you just said. So it's fine.
Well,
we ain't gonna know.
Yeah, that part.
That's fine.
All right. Yes.
Army time.
Right. Army time. Google time. No, right, we don't know that. But nonetheless, I'm about to get up out of here, and I'm gonna tell you, like I tell you every single time. Remember to speak life into yourself and others. Most importantly, remember to speak life into yourself first. Because if you don't believe in what you're saying,
nobody else will.
How in the hell will you expect anyone else to?
Damn right.
Signing out, baby.
Peace, y'all.
Life in quarantine. Nowhere to hide. It's worldwide. We can agree to disagree. But it don't matter now. This is life. We can chill face to face and debate what is fact and what has been a lie. We can pull every card and go hard with the truth, yet be brutalized. When it's all said and done, what we have and what we won't bring back alive. All we really need to do is hang on and speak life in every way. people see. Let them see. And make sure you know you're right. Oh, when you speak. Don't believe. No. This is your defeat. Don't incriminate your mind. Oh, be free. Let us join hand in hand as we stand and demand our equality. Let them know how you feel, 'cause you wanna walk across the street stress-free without dying. When it's all said and done, what we have and what we won't bring back alive. All we really need to do is stand strong and speak life. It's your life. Come on.